Whew.
You know what you guys are geeking out about?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I do.
Cool. Cool. Cool.
Alrighty then.
Oh my gosh, we're at 297.
Yep, I have to update my countdown now.
Yep.
All right, let's do it. What's up, Internet? You're listening to the Makings Podcast, a podcast for makers, families, and geeks. Hey, gentlemen.
What's up?
Hey.
Hey,
Exciting night tonight?
it is. Wait, we didn't record last week, right?
Correct.
Nope.
No. Okay, so it's been 2 weeks. All right. Um, hey, what's up? How you guys doing? What'd you get up to this week?
You mean the last 2 weeks?
Yeah, last 2 weeks.
Yeah. There's probably a little bit of commotion on my end. I'm sorry. If you if you hear the kiddos in the background, we had an evening for sure. I guess I can start it off. So a little preface. A couple days ago, my daughter and I went to the SPCA, which isn't uncommon for us. Her and I will go to like PetSmart or Petco or SPCA or the Humane Society every now and then, as kind of like a little date idea, and we'll play with puppies and kittens and get our fix, and then come back home, have a snack, take a nap, that kind of thing. But a couple days ago, I woke up and my wife just kind of made this comment that she thinks she's ready for a dog, partly because I had this experience in North Carolina with this husky that I absolutely adore. And her parents have a husky that she absolutely adores. And so we got to talking about huskies and dogs, and she's like, I think I'm ready to look. And so I was like, okay, well, Emmeline and I can go to the SPCA, and we did. And it just so happened that that the day before that day, they had a huge truck shipment come into the SPCA because there was a puppy mill that had gotten shut down. Puppy mills are kind of a big problem here in Oklahoma because puppies are big business, and a lot of them are not very good. And so one of them got shut down, and so all the puppies and all the dogs and everything got brought into the SPCA. And my daughter and I went, and the first dog they brought out was this little 7-week-old, 8-week-old runt of the litter corgi that was tiny and super cute and just adorable. And my daughter instantly fell in love. Just saw it, and it ran up to her, like did the whole puppy like climbing and yipping and like licking her face, all that kind of stuff. So cute. And so she called my wife, and in my head I'm thinking, she's never, like, this isn't gonna happen. We've done this 1,000 times before. She's gonna say no. Like, we're just gonna do this, and then we're gonna go home, have a snack, take a nap, like we do every time. Surprise, surprise. My wife is like, yeah, okay, we can do this. And so I filled out a form, and they handed me the puppy and said, have a good day. And we brought puppy home. And so the last 5 days have been filled with just the biggest fights between all of my kids over the attention of this tiny little 3-pound corgi puppy. So it's been fun. I posted on social media, Wes. I love your response because I posted the picture of this puppy that we got, and he like within a minute he's like, "That's not husky." Like, yeah, that's true. That's not husky. But this evening, right as we were doing dinner and getting ready for me to do podcast, puppy apparently found my daughter's fishing pole that she had busted out to go fishing in the river because it's that time of year again. and knocked it over and got a hook in her neck and dragged the fishing pole around the living room, yipping in pain like crazy. And so we had cut the line and ran her to the vet so that they could put her under, cut the hook out because it embedded in her neck because it was dull because it'd been sitting in in a shed for half a year. So interesting, busy evening, which is why we're late this evening. Sorry, I apologize. That's my week. How have you guys been?
Whew. Man. Well, since you left, my 3D printer that we used a good amount while you were here decided to crap the bed, like the literal bed. The heater on the hot end broke, basically, the wire going to it. And so I basically had to rebuild the whole hot end. I bought a new thermistor. I bought a new, like, hot end, like the little aluminum block that the nozzle screws into. I bought a new nozzle. I tried to buy everything in case I broke something in the disassembly of just the heater part, and I was just going to replace all of it for the most part. And so I get the thing, and I replace almost all of it, and I get to the very last step, and I needed a pair of crimpers for this electrical connection that I didn't have, and I had to buy like a $20 kit from Amazon with the crimper, and it had like a little box of all these assorted ends, and I only needed 2 of them, and it came with 1,000 of them. And so it was like so ridiculous. I'm pulling 2 little tiny things out, and it's just like this gigantic box of stuff I'm never going to use. So I finally got all that, and after a week of assembling and waiting, and I think that happened 3 times, and like regardless of how many times I tried to plan ahead and like get everything at once, it never fails. And I got it up and running. So that's why it's, well, you can't see it behind. It's kind of right here off camera a little bit. My Prusa is right there. And I did a test print.
Moved it from the game room.
Yeah, so I could have it here because I was cranking on it on the bench trying to get everything disassembled and not losing any screws and all that sort of thing. So got it apart and back together again. And so that was fun. And then I've got I got an adapter in stock that lets me hook up my old consoles to HDMI, and it's an adapter called a RetroTink, which it also does upscaling for HD quality graphics from like an old, AV source like a Super Nintendo or NES or N64, and the thing's pretty awesome. It was $300, so it's kind of not cheap, but it works surprisingly well. The image is so crisp that it looks like it's an emulated game on a PC, like the pixel like fidelity. But
wow.
It's pretty impressive. It's got like tons of different modes and presets, so you can like cycle through. Like it has different like interlacing options and all kinds of techno babble that sound like you're reading off a script from like Star Trek or something, describing all the features that it has and it can do. So I'm in the process of wiring that up, which is a whole other conversation, because you just have to see the video. It's crazy. Like the hoops you have to jump through in order to get some of this old stuff to work on modern equipment is kind of ridiculous. And but I got that working. I was able to test some stuff last night. There's like 0 lag that I can perceive, which is like the reason it costs $300 versus buying like a $20 adapter on Amazon. You can get like one of these that I'm holding up here on camera that have like a little AV jacks, the yellow, white, and red, and then it has HDMI on the outside or output side, and they work great as long as you don't have to like play something on it. If it's just like transferring like VHS form like data into something you can record on the computer, it works perfectly for that. But if you're trying to play a game system, there's like almost a second of lag between a button press and what you see it on the screen, because it's not very like high speed anything. It doesn't upscale anything either, so your image is like really small unless you actually stretch the window up. So if you're into retro gaming, look up RetroTink. It's pretty popular. Got a lot of reviews. I had to read and watch a lot of videos to make sure I'm getting the right thing, because there's a lot of varying copycats and clones and other things that say they do the same thing but do it like only a quarter as good. And so, yeah, we'll see how that works. When you guys come out here, we'll have to play it for sure to make it all this effort not in vain.
That sounds good. This last weekend, my brother-in-law came over and we did a photo shoot talking about dogs. Did a photo shoot of my dog, who's now 14, and it was kind of an interesting and almost bittersweet photo shoot in a way. She's getting up there. Her legs are starting to go out. Sometimes they just kind of go lame, and it's interesting. She's never been a very aggressive dog. She's always been kind of a little bit mellow, and so we haven't had her in a lot of other like different situations. We take her for walks around the neighborhood, but that's about it. So when we brought her on, I guess we could call it the set, to take the pictures, she was shivering because she didn't know what was going on, like really nervous. And I had to stay there with her like most of the time to kind of keep her calm. And luckily enough, he was using a good enough camera with a fast enough shutter speed that you're not gonna get any blur from all the shivering. But yeah, it was.
That's funny, but not funny at the same time. Sorry.
Yeah, it is. Got some beautiful pictures out of it, but it was interesting. She's having trouble sitting up now too because of her hind legs. With the hind legs sit when a dog sits, she has trouble like pushing up from that position. And I don't know if it's probably just her her back end probably is not very comfortable sitting down on that position. So it's really hard for her to sit straight. Some of the pictures that he'll probably release, she's kind of off to the side a little bit or just kind of like down in her bed most of the time. But it was cool because now we'll have those pictures basically for forever. On the other side of things, my wife and I just finished up an order of like 50 tumblers from our school district. I have all the footage finally done for my latest video. I just have to edit the rest, like the last half of it. It was supposed to be out 4 days ago, so I'm behind like usual. And I spring break next week, so I'll finally get some downtime and hopefully some time in the shop because I have 2 commissions I have to do that I have not started on yet. And yeah, I guess there's that. So what are we talking about tonight?
A little bit of potpourri, a little bit of geeky trivia. So I just wanted to turn the tables a little bit on this impromptu trivia session because it's usually Donovan that's asking the questions around here, and we never really get to test his knowledge of the things. So it only felt fair. And this is not as well organized and rehearsed as the Donovan game show, but I'm somewhat inspired by a outing that I had with my wife and another couple and Nicole and Turi from When Geeks Craft. We all 6 went to a trivia night at a brewery a couple weeks ago, and we destroyed them. It was pretty awesome actually. There was 3 main rounds, and we led each round, and after each round, our margin grew wider.
Now, is this just you and your wife together, or the 6 of you together?
The 6 of us was one team.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and that was the max number of people you could have, or else there was like a handicap penalty point thing where for every extra person, it would like have a modifier in your score, so you couldn't, get too high. You know what I mean? So it sort of try to balance it out. So I don't know. Each person brought like a unique little skill set of knowledge, and it was pretty great. So we might have found something to do every month or two just to kind of have something, an excuse to go out and enjoy each other's company and also like pwn some noobs. So it's pretty hilarious.
I can attest to that because it was all the talk when I was there at Wes's house. And how somebody pulled like tuberculosis Tom or something like that.
Typhoid Mary, yeah.
Typhoid Mary, that's what it was.
Tuberculosis Tom.
That was like a disease in a name. Yeah, Typhoid Mary. So yeah, all right, I'm ready for this. I'm ready to completely embarrass myself.
So like I say, it's not super organized, so I don't have like a whole list. But yeah, we'll do a little bit of this. We'll maybe have a little discussion after each one. Maybe if it prompts some interesting thoughts for each one, that would be cool.
I'm all for it.
Yeah, let's do it. So let's see. All right. Can you name? This is some Star Wars trivia. We'll start out with something pretty basic. What is Emperor Palpatine's first name?
Locucius.
No, it's like it's Shiv, like Sheev.
I'll count that. It's not spelled right, but it's Sheev.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Sheev.
Very good. Can you tell me who physically played him in Episode 5 originally?
Emperor Palpatine in Episode 5.
That was the first appearance of the Emperor, and I think it was a different actor than Ian McDiarmid who does it now. I don't know the actor's name.
Yeah, I thought he always did it.
No,
he was just
somebody
really
I thought
young
so
at the
too
time.
until somewhat recently.
And now he was like old enough to pull it off.
No, I
didn't
knew it was
know
somebody else
somebody
first, but I can't picture the person.
Mark Hamill.
Nope.
No?
Marjorie Eaton. It was a woman.
That's right. I wouldn't have known the name still, but I
Really?
did know it was a woman.
Yep. And they digitally scrubbed it after the fact, so she was basically erased when he went back and did the edits and stuff, like after the
So
fact.
when he did the
Special
The
editions.
special editions,
Special
I
editions?
believe he went back and replaced some stuff, so you couldn't really see her face that well in some of the shots. Yeah. So that's-
Because like I remember as a kid seeing Palpatine in Episode 5 and thinking he looked like a Muppet. And the reason why I thought that, because I don't know what they did for the eyes.
oh yeah, it was super weird.
But the slit eyes reminded me of the hands in the labyrinth when she falls down the well of hands, and all of the hands make the faces like, which way do you want to go?
Mm-hmm.
And there was one of the faces that had these finger eyes that looked exactly like Palpatine's eyes in Episode 5. I guess in the OG Episode 5, not the special edition. But it always reminded me of a Muppet for the longest time. Always reminded me of a Muppet.
Can you name any other actors that played Palpatine in any other Star Wars media?
No.
Oh man.
This is like geek on a whole different level. That
Well, I'm doing a little bit of a deep dive on one character, and then I'll move on. I just find this kind of interesting. Some of these I didn't realize myself, but
I'm trying to think of names. Cause like the voices in Clone Wars
mm-hmm.
and Rebels is
Mhm.
different. Like I can't think of his name. So no. I'm gonna say no.
So Sam Witwer was one of the ones I'm thinking of. He was in the Clone Wars film and also the TV series for the first 6 seasons. So he's an actor. He also was the main actor in Force Unleashed video games. So they used his physical likeness in the game, and also he voiced it. Strangely enough, in seasons 5 and 6, Tim Curry was Palpatine, which is interesting.
whoa.
Really?
Of Clone
That's
Wars.
interesting.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I wonder if that's like the last work he has done, because I thought he was like completely retired.
Yeah, kind of strange, right?
Huh.
Huh.
I did not know that.
That performance must have had a certain flavor to it.
Oh yeah, definitely. What was the original name? What was Luke's original last name, and why was it changed?
Star Killer.
Star Killer. Oh, yeah.
That's part 1.
Why was it changed?
Yep.
It wasn't the violence factor, was it, for making him a hero, but having killer in the name?
You're very close. You're very close.
I'm gonna guess that during that time there was a high-profile murder
Go on.
happened to also be dubbed the Star Killer because they killed somebody famous, and so they had to change the name to something not Star Killer to disassociate with some real murder that was going on at the time.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
The famous one is Charles Manson murder. He was murdering people at the time, and he killed a actress by the name of Sharon Tate. And so that was literally a star killer, and so it had a negative connotation for the name, and they changed it. Thought that was kind of interesting.
Okay.
What? Let's see. No. Nope. One second.
That's all right. We're here for you.
All right, we're switching over to Star Trek.
All right, I lost.
The first interracial kiss on television. Are you guys familiar with this occurrence?
Yep.
What characters were in the original script that were supposed to kiss? And it was changed.
Was it Spock and Uhura?
It was Spock and Uhura, yes. Very good. What color was Spock's skin supposed to be originally?
Green.
Nope.
Purple.
His skin was originally supposed to be red, but when they actually did the tests, the film tests, he appeared as a black-faced on the original.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so they made a switch to yellow, which ended up coming off as a little bit green tinged in the actual show, just after the processing and whatnot. So that's how it has the original color, which I thought that was kind of interesting.
Interesting. Huh.
What person is the only person so far to play themselves in a Star Trek media on television or a movie?
Leonard Nimoy. Right?
Did he play
themselves?
He played Leonard Nimoy in Star Trek?
Leonard Nimoy played Leonard Nimoy. No, in like any iteration of Star Trek, right?
That I'm aware of, yes. This is a specific occurrence that I think is the only time it's happened.
Like a real life person went by their own name.
I'm trying. Okay.
Can you give a hint of what franchise? At least one of the
Next Generation.
Okay. Was it in one of the holodeck?
Yes.
They probably weren't an athlete.
All I can think of is Mark Twain, because that episode was awesome.
But who's alive that would have appeared?
Mm-hmm.
Because they did a lot of like mob and mafia
scientist.
Yes.
Yes to who? Me or Donovan?
Scientist. So I'll slowly drip in clues and you can guess. So in this
there's
episode,
only two scientists. Go ahead.
It's okay. You can answer if you just think it is.
There's only two scientists I think that would appear as themselves. Actually, maybe three.
Mm-hmm.
But it's either Neil deGrasse, but I don't think he was even known at the time of that. So either Carl Sagan or Stephen Hawking.
It's Stephen Hawking.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it was an episode where Data, Albert Einstein, Sir Isaac Newton, and Stephen Hawking are playing poker together.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. The things you remember.
What actor was unable to do the Vulcan salute, so they actually had to glue his fingers together to pull off the hand.
Was that actually Kirk?
Nope.
Oh. Was it Leonard Nimoy?
No.
No,
he created it, so I would hope he'd be able to do it. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but it's like you see videos of like conventions and like stories from from the series. Scotty.
Nope.
Nope, wasn't Scotty. Wasn't Leonard Nimoy. Wasn't Kirk. who else would have like given this Vulcan salute on a regular basis if they would have had to?
Yeah, they actually use skin protective super glue like they use in hospitals to stick his fingers together for a more reliable, for all the scenes.
Well,
and
you
takes.
said his, so
His,
that should
yes.
eliminate her.
McCoy.
Nope.
Wasn't McCoy.
Who's left? Bones.
Well, it's an actor playing a character, not. So when
Not
you
the
say
character.
Bones, there could be multiple actors that play Bones.
Well, I'm not talking about like Carl Urban.
Okay.
Like I'm talking like OG McCoy.
I can give it to you. You guys are just guessing
Okay.
random stuff.
Yeah, now we're just
Zachary
like,
Quinto, who played Spock in the newer movies. Because he.
It's funny. I was so dead set on thinking about the original series.
Yeah.
I know, so was I.
Yeah, it's kind of funny like that.
I can't do it. I have to kind of do it like this way.
I can only do it with my left hand reliably. My right hand, it's a little.
I could do it like this,
it's
but
a little
then
bit of a struggle.
Really interesting.
What person created the Klingon language originally?
Richard Gygax.
He actually went down and started breaking out the phonemes and the sounds and the words and all that stuff. He didn't develop it entirely, but he was the first person to create it.
Wait, wasn't it Gene Roddenberry?
Nope.
Will Wheaton.
Predates him.
Well, yeah, because the
Predates
Klingon
it.
language actually started in the original series.
Yep.
But like actually breaking it down into the phonemes and
Yeah,
I
he
think
made
it
it.
happened.
Yep.
It started fairly early on, I think. It wouldn't have been Shatner. It wouldn't have been Nimoy, I don't think.
I don't know. Yeah.
What was it? What are the actors?
What are the actors? What do you mean?
Was it one of the actors?
Yeah,
that
it was actually. Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know this going into this, so it's not like I'm all high and mighty on a lot of these. Some of these are just interesting things I didn't actually know either.
Trying to think who out of all of them would be the more linguistically inclined.
So I'll quote saying that they looked at the original Star Trek motion picture because that's the first time Klingon was actually spoken. And then there were about half a dozen lines in Klingon with subtitles, and they wrote down the lines the best they could and made the list of sounds with the words and figure out what legitimate syllables were to create it.
Ricardo Montalban.
Strangely, no, it was Scotty, James Doohan. Strangely enough, I didn't know that.
Really?
Yeah.
That's who I wouldn't have picked.
No.
Yeah,
Definitely.
that's who I wouldn't have picked either.
All right. For those keeping score at home, you're doing a better job than me because I'm not keeping score. So thank you for doing that.
How many of these would you have gotten? I'm terribly curious.
I did know the Zachary Quinto one and the red-faced Spock. I did hear that because I was kind of like, oh, that's a dodged a bullet on that one.
Yep.
I recently learned the thing about Marjorie Eaton being Palpatine, playing his physical body. So I knew about maybe half of them. The Sheev, I didn't remember his name was Sheev Palpatine. So
That one I remembered and knew.
let's see. I'll let you guys choose the next category if you wish. Would you like to do Marvel's Avengers, Looney Tunes, or let's say Disney Renaissance trivia?
Let's do Looney Tunes. I don't think we've talked about Looney Tunes much on the show.
All right. Good. Let's rely on my cell phone to not spaz out on me here.
All right, this is how we do it.
All right, so I might have chosen too difficult. Yeah, these are difficult.
All right, my
Okay.
answer: Mel Brooks.
They have different categorizations of difficulty, and I just chose hard. And that they're too hard. I don't think you guys would get this. Let's see.
Out of morbid curiosity, just ask one.
All right. What WB spokesman first appeared in One Froggy Evening?
The singing toad.
His name is?
Michigan
what is
J Frog.
That is correct.
Yeah?
Yeah. What is the name of the Looney Tunes theme song?
What is the name of the theme song?
I could have swore they mentioned it like Roger Rabbit. Oh no, maybe not.
Hold on. No, I'm coming up blank.
I thought Bob Hoskins sang a version of it in the movie, and I don't know if I had a name.
It was called The Merry-Go-Round Broke Down.
I've heard that.
Okay.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, because did they do that? Yeah, they did that in Roger Rabbit.
Yeah,
And
and
he comes up with the lyrics.
Yeah, he put lyrics to it. Yeah.
To make the weasels laugh at the end,
yep.
so that he could like kill them.
Yep. You got it.
Yeah.
Many of the Looney Tunes characters appeared as teachers and mentors in what series?
Teachers and mentors. You mean besides Tiny Toons?
Tiny Toons, that's right.
Tiny Toons?
Yep.
Okay.
What is the name of Speedy Gonzales' lethargic cousin?
Oh my gosh. Oh.
Some of these
I
are
don't
deep.
remember I don't remember
Yeah.
the name, but I think I have in my class.
I don't remember his name. Like I can picture
Wait,
all of these characters.
No,
in my head.
it's Miguel, isn't it?
No?
Oh damn it!
It's
I could picture him.
yeah.
Yeah, me too.
right?
Yeah.
Not Jose. It's gonna be something basic because of what is it?
All right.
It's Slowpoke Rodriguez.
Yeah, okay.
It makes sense. I mean, you have Speedy and then Slowpoke. Okay.
Right. Do you know which short pits Daffy Duck against his animator? Do you happen to
Oh
know the name
yeah,
of it?
that's the name of the episode is
Well, yeah, it's where he gets erased, right?
Uh-huh.
yeah.
He gets a screwball flag. Right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I don't know
Goes
the name
to
of it.
space. It's not Daffy
think-
Duck in space, is it? It's,
Nope.
No, I think Duck is in the title though.
It is.
Angry Duck, Mad Duck. I'm not gonna get it.
Duck Amuck.
Duck Amuck.
Duck.
All right, you guys did pretty good on that.
Yeah?
I'm impressed. Yeah. Yeah. Would you like to do Disney trivia? That's almost like too easy for Donovan, though. I might have to skip that one.
You never know. Disney
be fun.
Renaissance.
It'd be fun anyways.
1980s
think-
generic, Lord of the Rings, or
80s generic.
Disney?
I don't think I'd do good on that one.
You do
Let's do Disney and then we'll do something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Do you think you're intermediate knowledge of Disney, or hard knowledge? What do you think?
I would say ask one question the hard, and
All
if
right,
we
we'll just keep doing
really
it.
don't get it,
Yeah.
then we'll go to intermediate.
I want to see which ones I can steal from Donovan.
These are not hard. What is this? I've known the first three of these already. Ugh. Okay.
That you're not going to ask us?
Okay, I'll ask it to you. Sure, let's just go. What actor provided the voice of Scar?
Jeremy Irons.
Boom. Eva Gabor's final film appearance was in what film?
I want to say Oliver Company, but that's not right.
Rescuers. No?
Aristocats.
Close.
Who's close? Me or Donovan?
Rescuers Down Under, darling.
Oh.
Who voiced Iago in Aladdin?
Gilbert Gottfried.
Correct. What character gave us impersonations of Arnold Schwarzenegger, Ed Sullivan.
The genie.
Correct.
Yeah.
See, these are considered hard.
Probably.
These are not hard.
Oh, okay.
Hard if you're under 30.
What does Simba mean in Swahili?
Oh.
Lion.
That's right. Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Oh, interesting. So this is okay. This list needs to be updated because this is asking, what Star Trek alum lent their voice to the movie Mulan?
George Takei.
That's correct. But there was a more recent Mulan? Yes.
Mhm.
That was what actress?
Michelle Yeoh.
Yep, and she was also in Star Trek. So that could be a bonus answer for that one.
Yeah, I had no idea about those.
What are the names of the Ursula's hench eels?
Flotsam and Jetsam.
Man, I thought Donovan was going to take this category, but it was
No, like yeah,
yeah,
we're doing
yeah,
this together, right?
yeah. So if those were hard, what possibly could have been easy or intermediate rather?
I don't even know why I know the answers to so many of those. Must be all
Because you're
behind the
more
scenes.
of a Disney nerd than you realize or you admit to.
Well, I worked for the company. I had part of when I got hired, we had to memorize the Seven Dwarfs. We had tests. We actually had things that we were required to memorize. So I guess maybe that's the start of it.
So I clicked on intermediate and difficult, and they're both the same list. So that's bogus. All right, we'll switch to Pixar then. That's
All right.
almost the same thing.
Maybe. I think this one might be tougher, but yeah.
Yeah, this is tougher. In Up, what is the name of the airship? Charles Muntz's airship.
Oh. The what is
Dick
the name
Dastardly.
of the
You'll say it, and
don't
I'm
remember.
like, oh yeah, that's right.
the
Schmigadoon.
Schmigadoon?
The Spirit of Adventure. What
'Cause
is
that was the whole intro.
yes?
The Spirit of
Yep.
Adventure.
What is Wally short for?
Ooh,
Wallace.
these are harder.
These are hard. Yeah.
I feel like I should know this one though. It's not an acronym, is it?
It is.
Waste
Waste.
and
we get the waste.
You
part
got waste right. Yeah. The second
Yeah.
the second word, I don't think you'll guess this.
waste
Waste.
arrest.
No.
No.
Automated,
No.
articulated,
No.
animatronic,
No.
automaton, acrobat.
It's
Allocation.
something related. Huh? Allocation.
Waste.
Allocation.
Yeah. Landfill. Something.
It stands for Waste Allocation Load Lifter Earth Class.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. All right. We're going to switch gears there. Astronomy, Zelda, or Harry Potter?
Astronomy, I'm at a loss. Zelda, I might as well
Give it to Donovan.
give it to Donovan. I think Harry Potter might be the only even ground for us.
Yeah, let's do Harry Potter. It would be fun to do Zelda between me and you, Wes.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think you would kick my butt.
You never know.
Yeah.
You might surprise yourself.
What was the password
might-
to the Slytherin common room?
Oh, jeez. So that would have been
That was only in
In
the books
the-
too.
in the Prisoner of Azkaban where they take the Polyjuice potion. No, not Half-Blood Prince, but where they take the Polyjuice Potion to go into the Slytherin common room to talk to Draco to see if he knows. Oh no, that wasn't Half-Blood Prince. That was Chamber of Secrets, right? So Chamber of Secrets, they take the Polyjuice Potion to go find out from Draco if he knows who opened the Chamber of Secrets. I can tell you everything around it. I can't tell you what the code word for Slytherin's common room was. Would you know the answer to this, Wes?
No, I do not know anything about Harry Potter. No.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I forgot.
No.
Enlighten.
Any guess?
I don't even have a guess. Because I think it was only in the books, and I don't recall that detail.
Pure blood.
That would have made sense
That
for
shouldn't
the
be surprising.
Chamber of Secrets, yeah. At a certain point, of course. Because they used to change the passwords. What else you got?
How do you hatch a basilisk? Basilisk.
Very carefully. I don't remember that even ever being talked about.
I can't say where these came from because they don't give any references.
Is that like
either.
some unstated lore from something else?
I don't know. I can ditch
Yeah,
these if you think they're bogus. I don't know. I can't tell you.
No. I think it's interesting because I mean, there's a lot of lore that's been created outside of the movie in books, fleshing out the world. I'm gonna assume it's in the carcass of something else because it's
Ashes of a Phoenix. I don't know.
Apparently, you hatch a chicken egg under a toad.
Oh Jesus!
You could Google that
Okay.
if you want to validate it.
Oh yeah, let's see if it's true.
There's probably somebody out there listening to this screaming. It's like,
A chicken egg! They're like trying not to like miss the
That's not
exit, and they
even-
just totally blew by it.
That's not even
Like,
close to what I would have thought it would have happened.
it's a chicken egg, you dumbass.
chicken egg
Everybody
on your
knows this.
toad. Mm-hmm.
And I thought it was pretty good at this trivia. Nope.
What language does Harry unknowingly speak?
Parcel tongue.
Parcel, yeah.
Yep. What does Dobby wear when Harry first meets him?
Old rags.
Are you looking for a specific article of
Yeah.
clothing?
Well, to call it clothing is the stretch.
Like half
Yeah.
of a shirt, right?
Because he can't have clothing, right? Isn't that
Not
the whole
really.
thing? Yeah.
Kind of.
A tea towel.
That tea towel.
It's
Good.
old. It's old laundry. I don't care what they call it. It's a rag.
I
Alright.
have a tea towel actually.
I'm gonna switch
only have one.
categories here. Scooby-Doo trivia, science fiction television trivia, or DC Comics villains trivia.
I would say sci-fi television.
Let's try it.
Yeah.
How are we doing so far? Digging it? Bored?
Yeah, I
You
think we
going?
got I guess maybe like this last round and then
All right,
geeking
let's
out.
do it. Okay. Don't know that. Never heard of that. Nope. What 1985 series featured a man who could shrink and a telekinetic Courtney Cox? Never heard of
The
this.
Incredible Shrinking Man.
Nope.
A telekinetic Courtney Cox?
A Shrinking Man.
It was a series called Misfits of Science.
What?
Never even heard of it.
Nope.
Never heard of it.
These are the hard categories, so yeah, I think these are pretty hard. I never heard of any of these, like questions or answers.
If you haven't heard of him, man, there's no hope for the rest of us.
What reptilian race inhabited the land of the lost?
Gygaxes.
No, it was the Crap.
When I say it, you're gonna be like, "Oh yeah."
Are we talking like OG or are we
I
talking
think
Will
OG.
Ferrell?
Yeah, yeah.
It doesn't matter.
I think they're also called
named
the same thing. Yeah.
They're named the same
Are they?
thing.
Uh huh.
I can't remember the name from the movie or the
Leonard
old TV
Nimoy
show.
played the voice of.
Did you
Heed
ever
my
see?
warning.
Did you ever see the old show? It was kind of creepy.
Yeah.
In a way.
Really?
Yeah. You're gonna say it. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's it. I just can't recall it.
Slee Stack.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Yes, the slee sack. The crystals. Well, we're getting close to answering some of these.
This is the easy one. Which 1999 show was produced in collaboration with the Jim Henson Workshop?
Which 1999 show?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, geez. 1999. This is sci-fi television, right? The category?
I would not count. Well, yeah, it is. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Was it?
For a second, I was thinking I was in fantasy, but no, it's sci-fi.
Was it using live action puppets?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Alf was in the 80s. So it would have been Alf.
No, it would have been Alf.
I'm surprised.
Mystery Science Theater
I would have thought you would have got this, Donovan.
was before that. No, okay, so 1999. What happened in 1999?
I can't think of any shows in '99 that were like that.
TV show, science. Give us a hint.
I've tried to get into it, and I as a Henson fan, I am like, I can't like give it enough like.
The live action Turtles, I think had some help. Power Rangers, no.
It was a TV show.
I know. Was it for kids?
Set in space.
Pigs in Space.
Was it made for kids?
Not specifically, no. I don't think so.
1999. Wasn't Babylon 5, was it?
No, you're kind of in the right category though.
Star.
Nope.
What was the other one?
You can phone a friend in the audience if people are answering.
1999, based in space. That wasn't Babylon 5. That. Man,
Wasn't there another weird space sci-fi?
Yes.
They had like a lot of really weird looking prosthetic creatures.
Yep.
what was
Farscape.
it called?
Farscape.
Farscape.
I'd never seen it.
Of course. Yes, Farscape. Totally forgot about it.
Which show starred Roy Scheider? Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
Which show created?
Sequest.
There you go. I couldn't even get the whole thing out. There you go. I can't even read it, so you're good. You're doing good.
4 words in, he already knows the answer.
Yep.
I hated that finale so bad. Oh my gosh.
I barely remember the show.
Loved that show. Hated the finale. Made me so mad.
Okay.
Yeah, Sequest DSV.
Back to the Future.
SVU.
Last category?
Last category.
All right.
Let's do it. Do we have a fighting chance? we haven't done very well so far.
What 2015 movie was advertised as, this time, it's really, really personal?
Come on, man. This time it's really, really personal. Give us a hint. Category. Jurassic Park 3.
There's a sequence where a hologram pops out and almost bites Marty McFly, where he's scared to death, but he doesn't realize it's a hologram until it disappears.
Are you talking about Back to the Future 2?
Yeah.
That was in 2015?
No.
It was supposed to be set in 2015.
Yep.
Oh, God.
Nicely played.
What's the answer?
Or were
then?
you talking about the movie? It was Jaws, wasn't it?
It is a Jaws.
Yeah.
Jaws 4.
Nope. Jaws 19. Of course, they're gonna riff on Spielberg for that.
Here I was trying to think of like all the movies that came out in 2015 where it tagged.
Yeah, I was trying to do that first.
This time was
I'm like,
really-
how was that Back to the Future?
In alternate 1985, what Clint Eastwood movie is Biff watching?
Oh man.
I know the sequence is it's not the good, the bad, and the ugly. It's
It's no, it's not.
no.
Yeah, because he was watching it on the TV. Marty comes up and he gets all flustered. I don't know.
A Fistful of Dollars.
Okay.
What is the name of George McFly's book? Seems like you should know this one.
I know.
Strange something. Strange Tales.
This is
Strange
in the hard
things are happening
category,
to me.
by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, so don't feel
I
too
can see
bad.
the book cover in my mind. I can see the font.
It's
I can see the picture.
5 words.
Can't see the title. Is the first one My?
No, I'll tell you.
Okay.
A Match Made in Space.
Did you just look it up? It looks like you I heard clicking and you're looking off camera. Uh-huh.
I didn't know it.
If equipped, this is an impossible answer. I don't know how I would know this already, but it's kind of interesting. If equipped with a time odometer to measure its passage through time, how many years would the DeLorean have covered throughout
this
all the
something
movies?
In the movies or just
I don't know. That's why I'm questioning this.
if
I
you
think
did
they just
math
I
outside
think
of
they
your
just do
head.
the math of it, like going. You're not going to get this on the top of your head. There's no way.
739 years. I'm just throwing it out there.
210.
You guess. We'll see who gets closer.
It's almost dead in the middle between those two.
I said 210. And Donovan, what'd you say?
739.
So it's like 400 or 370, 380.
575 years. It's an interesting
Huh.
tidbit of knowledge. you'll
I'm
never
missing a
use.
couple jumps. Oh, you know what? I didn't account for going back to the 1800s.
Mm-hmm.
You also
forgot.
got to count for the dog traveling forward too at the beginning.
Oh crap!
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But you know what? That's a great trivia.
It is a
point.
great trivia question, and we're
Yeah,
doing
That
trivia.
would actually be the case. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, on that point, I have to ask this. I have seen snippets of Back to the Future 4 supposed trailer. Is that real?
BS.
So they're really making a Back
No,
to the Future
they're
4?
not.
No.
Yeah.
They've actually pulled things from the ride that used to be Universal, and some people are saying, "Oh yeah, that's essentially Back to the Future 4." It's really not the case.
Robert Zemeckis and Bob Hale, who are the creators, they literally said over our dead bodies.
Yep.
So you'll have to wait for them to die for them to lose the rights to it, because they're the ones that can stop anyone from doing it. And they said no. That's
Okay.
their stance since the third one came out.
I just keep seeing, like I said,
Yeah.
little snippets of things on social media. They're like, it's happening. It's happening. It's like, wait, what?
And if any really big fans of Back to the Future are listening, I think the best extension of the story is actually the video game that they
It does
came
a
out
good job.
from Telltale. Yeah.
hmm
There's some really cool integration and stuff there.
What rock star made a cameo in the
Oh,
second and
that's,
third film? If you can give him his character name, that'll be bonus points.
Well, it's the guy. It's Huey Lewis.
Nope.
Well, he was in the first one.
He was in the first one. I said specifically the second and third one. You were correct about the first one. He made a cameo as a teacher. In the first one, Huey Lewis did. This other one was His character was Needles.
Oh, it's Flea from Red Hot Chili Peppers.
That's correct.
Oh.
What rock band made a cameo in 1885 as the band during the clock starting ceremony?
ZZ Top.
That's correct. Which actor sued the filmmakers for using his likeness without permission?
Oh, that is George McFly. What the hell is his name? It's escaping me. Crispin
Joel
Glover.
Hale.
Crispin Glover.
Correct. Yep. And finally, what are the names of Doc and Clara's children?
Jules and Vern.
Good job. That's all I got for you guys.
Ah. Sean for the win.
Those are like the easy ones though, in a lot of ways.
I went to the intermediate questions after.
Yeah, my brain was starting to hurt.
Yeah,
and I didn't want to.
After, yeah, that was the last one on the hard one. I'm like, no one's gonna ever get that.
I didn't want to have to keep cheating.
Right.
I only cheated with the book one, by the way. I couldn't type fast enough for the other ones.
Your microphone's too good. I hear the little clickety clack.
Yeah, I know. I have to edit that out sometimes. So what are you guys geeking out about?
The new Zelda footage.
Yeah. I haven't had a chance to see it yet.
Okay, I won't go into it then.
No, go for it. I'm not the huge fan.
I was trying to steal that from you because I thought you would say it.
No, we can both talk about it.
Go ahead.
I do. So I have to ask this question because
Yeah.
I sent this out into the ether. Has seeing actual gameplay footage changed your thoughts about Tears of the Kingdom?
Here's what I found.
Oh, sorry. Why
Siri
no,
doesn't
Siri.
think so.
Yeah.
He's already done talking.
Are you under impressed from seeing it?
I don't know.
You hope it was gonna be too different?
The mechanic of binding seems cool.
Well, let's break it down for Sean. He hasn't seen it, and those that aren't aware of it.
Yeah. So it wasn't.
There's a new power called Fuse.
Yeah, Fuse.
Yep.
That allows you to fuse two things, literally anything, together. A stick and a boulder, an eyeball and an arrow, a pitchfork and a leaf. And basically any element from the game you can fuse together, which kind of makes sense because in the first game there are all these things you can collect. You can collect bones and eyes and all this.
Hundreds of different things.
Hundreds of different things. So all of the elements were there for like a crafting ability that was never a part of the game. Like you could cook, like you can gather food elements and you can like cook and make different dishes and stuff like that. But they had, just hundreds, like gears, sporks, spindles, like just all kinds of stuff. And so you would think that would lend itself to like being able to craft within the game, but it never was. Well, that ability now is part of Tears of the Kingdom, to fuse two items together.
Yeah, so for instance, if you approach a river and you have no way to cross it, in the video they show like 3 downed trees that you can grab the pieces to and kind of attach them together, make like a little raft out of them. And then there are these other fans that just happen to be laying there that you can activate. Mm-hmm. That they take the fan pieces and attach them to the back, and it's sort of like an airship or like one of those fan, what do you call them? The fan scooter craft things, like in the Everglades, basically. And it just like propels you across the water. And then they show you taking those same fans and you find 2 more of them and you put them on the corners of this platform and you can rotate them instead of just attaching them in a predefined way. You can spin them around so they face down and actually make like a vector kind of controlling airship kind of quadcopter thing that you can fly on.
So it sounds like there's a fair bit of like actual crafting.
Crafting, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, when you fuse the things together, does it create a new item, or does it simply just stick them together?
It kind of like glues them together, and there's like this little magic, like blue colored, it looks like hot glue between them. That's like holding them together. And then for some items, I think they're gonna have some items that are just like physical attachments, like a piece of wood to a piece of wood, it's still like a bigger piece of wood. But then if you have stuff in your inventory, you can attach that to other things in your inventory or things outside of your inventory, like things in the environment. As Donovan was alluding to, they show a bird that you're trying to shoot with a bow and arrow, and you can't quite hit him because he's like hard to lead or whatever. So you have an eyeball from this other creature that you've collected, and you take the eyeball and slap it on the arrow. Then it's a heat-seeking arrow, and it like tracks the target and hits them. It's pretty nuts.
Could you imagine the programming, the logic you have to attach to each of these things for abilities?
Oh
wow.
yeah, the testing for this, I'm not envious of the crap that they had to go through.
I'm wondering if this is going to be one of the first games that's already using AI to do some of the.
I mean, it's like thousands of combinations.
Predictive abilities. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they even showed like having a mushroom, and you take a mushroom and attach to a shield, and then you block an attack, and it makes like a spore cloud explosion, and it's like a smoke screen basically. Then you can sneak around the enemy and stab him, when before he was like right in front of you. And it's just gonna be so crazy. Put like meat on an arrow. Like, what does a meat arrow do? What does a fish arrow do? Does that make like a torpedo in the water? Like, I have all these questions. Like, it's just
half the game is gonna be like
arrow.
experimenting with that stuff.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be great.
Yeah. Have you pre-ordered it?
Yes, I had to pre-order 2 copies. Yes, and the amiibo.
Yeah. So, right when they announced, not right when they announced, right when they released the gameplay footage, they also announced a Legend of Tears of the Kingdom edition OLED. And so I called GameStop. Yeah, Switch. And so I called GameStop right when, like, literally right after watching the video, right after it got released. And I'm like, hey, are you doing pre-orders on these OLEDs? They're like, yes, they only allowed us to sell 6, and 5 had already been pre-ordered.
Wow.
In the 13 minutes that the video had been out. And so I got the 6th one.
So you're one of the people that have like just so much disposable income, you can just buy a replacement console just because it looks different, huh?
No, I hide money like in various places around the house. So when opportunities like this get up, I can like go and scrounge my quarters from under the mattress. Yeah, little like there's money up in there in that the Muppet Theater. So when opportunities like this come out, I could be like, oh, all right, so I'm gonna get the OLED, I'm gonna get the amiibo, I'm gonna get the game. I could not talk myself into getting the collector's edition. I was like, I just.
What are you geeking out about, Sean? We can go on for hours on Zelda.
I know.
So I have 2 that I'll mention. One is for a trailer for a movie called Asteroid City. It's a new Wes Anderson movie coming out, and I'm kind of hit or miss with Wes Anderson sometimes. Some I like, some I don't like, but there's something about the style of it, the cast of characters, and the content that makes it seem like it might be fun to watch. And it's different. I'm really looking for a lot more variety for things that I see in the theater instead of just superhero, Marvel, DC, whatever it is. And it might be a fun date night movie with my wife. So when it comes out, which I don't remember when it comes out. I don't think it comes out till fall. Maybe.
I'm curious. What are your hits for Wes Anderson? What are your misses?
So I like Moonrise Kingdom. I thought the Grand Budapest Hotel was pretty good. Not great, but I mean, I enjoyed it. I hated The Life Aquatic and didn't care for the one with the brothers with Owen Wilson and Luke Wilson. I forgot the name. They were on a train.
Darjeeling Express?
Yeah. It didn't quite hit with me. And I don't remember any other Wes Anderson films off the top of my head.
French Dispatch.
Don't remember it.
Fox.
Nope.
No?
It's hit and miss with me. I mean,
Rushmore.
Which one?
Rushmore.
I don't think I saw Rushmore. But
that I think was his first with Bill Murray and.
I think it was. I appreciate what he's trying to do. Sometimes it's kind of lost on me. That's all.
Isle of Dogs. That was another one.
You know what? I hear really great things about it, but I have not sat down and watched it yet. I do want to see that one. The other thing I'm geeking out about is I finally got around to watching the animated movie of Injustice. It's on a HBO Max, and I thought it was fantastic. I know it deviates from the comics, like the original story. It's even different than the game, um, but I liked it.
Is that new?
It's newer.
Newish.
I think it's probably been out for maybe a year. I think definitely not for the kids. It is rated R. It is very violent, and of course language. But I think the violence and the blood and stuff is really the kicker there. Um, it's still baffling to me how DC can make these amazing animated movies. They have decent dialogue. I mean, it's still animated, so it's but it fits. I don't really think it felt hokey for the most part, and I probably enjoyed that. I think it's like 80 minutes or something. It's not really long, more than the last couple any superhero movie that I've seen. I thought it was pretty good. Feels like a condensed version of what could have been a longer story, but the cast of characters that they chose, the just almost everything, it was really good. I recommend it.
I'll have to check that out. Nice.
In an attempt to try and be more focused and productive, like I've talked about, my goal being focused for the year, I found an app that's like a to-do list, but it's kind of a geeky version of a to-do list, where there's some like RPG elements into it, and so every time you check something off of your to-do list, you gain experience, and you can earn coins to buy armor and eggs to hatch, animal characters to go with you. It's called Habitica. And it's pretty cool. I've been enjoying it because it makes me conscious of the goals that I set for every day. And it's like, okay, I want to make sure that I get at least one shot of progress on a project that I'm working on, get all of my stuff done for work. I want to, do max out on push-ups in the morning when I wake up and right before bed and all this other kind of stuff. And I was very wary that it was going to be as effective as it has been, but it's been pretty fun. It's basically gamifying habits, and it's called Habitica. It's pretty cool.
Speaking of pretty cool, our patrons over at patreon.com/makinggeeks, they're awesome. They help us keep the show going with their financial contributions. I'd like to thank each and every one of them, especially if we meet them sooner or later. That would be cool if we don't already know them. Most of them we do. Most of them are awesome friends of ours, or they've become awesome friends through our Discord channel and other things like our Valheim server, Minecraft servers, and just it's been great getting to know them, including our top patrons: Jordan, Nolan, Square Splinter, Clinton from C3D Prop Shop, and Matthew from How I Do It.
And if you haven't noticed by the title of this episode, this is episode 297 of 300. We have 3 more episodes to go before the end of the show. And so beyond this podcast, if you want to see all the stuff that we're working on, we're making, if you want to see lasers, geeky things, all the things, come follow us on social media. So all the things that Sean is doing, you can follow him on Geek Builders. All the stuff that Wes is working on, you can follow him at Geek Smithing. And myself, you can follow at either Baba Makes or Once Upon a Workbench.
And we like to thank everyone for hanging out in the live chat. It always makes it a lot more fun seeing the conversation going on while we record, and especially during trivia nights when everybody's kind of like typing in and trying to preempt the answers for us there. And if you'd like to be part of that fantastic group, although it's only for a couple more episodes, you can do so on YouTube on Thursday evenings, 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central, and 6:30 Pacific. And you can also check out our website, where even though we only have a couple episodes left, the website and the episodes will be there for you to listen to on makinggeeks.com. And you can go ahead and check out the shop and, check out some of the merchandise that's going to be there. It'll be kind of vintage in a very short while, and you kind of go back and reminisce and remember when you heard it first for all of our episodes right there on Making Geeks. And you can hear all of our new episodes every Saturday morning on your favorite podcast player of choice. So, from all of us to all of you, have a great week.
See you guys.
See you next time.
So, no show next week, and then the week after, picking up again.
Mm-hmm. So that'll be April.
So we actually might be able to line up episode 300 with being in North Carolina.
Mm-hmm. Well, it'll be like the day before, like literally the day before all of us are together. Because doesn't everybody come in on like Friday? Sean, don't you come in on Friday?
Yeah, but I mean, we can extend that episode a couple days. I mean,
Yeah,
so do you guys just want to do 300 there? Wes, I can't hear you.
Sorry, I was muting myself to click on things. We could. I don't want it to distract from anything else if you think that would happen, but...
Well, I mean...
What would we do if other people were here? Would we just like see it and like not have them involved, or how would that work? I'm not against it. I'm just curious how that would work.
What time do you get in on Friday, Sean?
I should... Well, because I'm leaving here Thursday evening, so I'll be getting there Friday morning before 11, I think.
Okay.
I mean, we could also run it a different way, too. I mean, so just as an idea, because we still haven't come up with any actual plans for 300.
Right.
So if we wanted to do it there, we could possibly just set up a camera, like an actual... I could bring my DSLR or something, or whatever camera, and we could just record the three of us having an episode, and I could just pull the audio for the actual podcast. Mm-hmm. And, you know, might be kind of fun hearing live people there reacting. I don't know. Or if that's something you don't want to do, because the venue for that might be a little bit chaotic and different, then I don't know. We could do it the week after, or whatever you guys want. We really haven't decided on anything that we actually want.
Right.
Well, for episode 200, it was like the best of where we had, you know, previous hosts, previous guests, like kind of reminiscing, all that other kind of stuff. And we're still streaming, by the way, Wes. And so we could do something similar to that, so like a retrospective, kind of talking about